Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Unit Reviews. If you don't know what this series is, this is a series where you guys show me your units and I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 to determine how good they are. And we're trying to see who has the best characters in Genshin Impact. Let's get into the video. Also, before we get into that, I just like to tell you guys that if you want to get your own account review, you can go and check out my Discord. The link will be in the description below. I also leave a pinned comment. If you want to get your own unit reviewed, all you have to do is join, go to the unit review channel, and there will be a message in the pinned section there. All you have to do is follow the instructions given there, send the message in the unit review section, and your unit will be submitted for review. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into the video. Alright, first up here we have Kurokun, and they wanted me to review their Razor. Okay, let's see here. I apologize as my voice is a little raspy in this video. I'm just a little under the weather right now. Nothing too serious though. That being said though, we're still going to review some units and have a good damn time. First off here, I see 2100 attack, which is pretty good if I say so myself. What's the weapon? Unforged? Okay, that makes sense. You do get a lot of attack percent from this, and it has a very high flat attack stat. This passive though, I'm not sure is the greatest with Razor's build. It increases shield strength by 20%. Obviously, unless you have a shielder character on this team, this isn't going to help very much. Maybe you run Razor with like Zhongli, Toma maybe. A lot of good options out there. But overall, yeah, it's not a bad weapon. I don't think it's his best in slot. I'm pretty sure Song of the Broken Pines is, but it's still a good weapon. Artifacts for Pale Flame, I believe that is best in slot for Physical Razor. Constellation 5. And talents are Triple Crown on the Razor. Let's go. Not too bad. But the artifacts are where it's going to count. So let's see here. You have Perfect Talents, a 9 out of 10 weapon. What are the artifacts going to be? A bit of a niche piece, but it still reaches 30 crit value, so it's not too bad. Again, another pretty niche piece. Didn't roll into crit rate at all, and it's a min roll. You have some EM, some flat HP, but it does have 20 crit damage, so it's not bad. This is a pretty nice piece. This is actually a really nice piece. You're almost reaching 40 crit value there with this. If it didn't min roll crit rate 2 times, you would actually be in a really good spot. But yeah, definitely not a bad piece, though. 20% crit damage, 14% attack, not a bad piece either. Again, would have liked to see crit rate here, but overall, it's good enough. And the last piece here, 18% energy recharge, 11% crit damage on a crit rate hat. Not actually, that's not half bad. The HP again kind of makes it fall off. You have a lot HP percent on a lot of these pieces and flat HP, which, you know, what are you gonna do? The dead stats can never die. It's all right. Artifact luck is gonna be as artifact luck is. Let's see a split. 51, 147. Not the best I've ever seen. It's not terrible though. I mean, it's not great, to be completely honest. I mean, 51 is kind of low, but Razor doesn't ascend with any crit stats, and you have a weapon that doesn't have any crit stats on it. So overall, like, it's a pretty decent build. You have perfect talents, like a 9 out of 10, 9.8 out of 10 weapon. And I'd say some pretty decent artifacts. Definitely not the best I've ever seen. The overall set bonus is good, but the artifacts themselves are kind of niche. So for that, I'm going to give you a solid 8 out of 10. Let's move on to the next build. Alrighty, next up we have Seren Moon, and they wanted me to review their Bennett. Let's see here. 20k HP, 1600 attack. What's your flat attack on Bennett? 865. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. You must be running Aquila then, right? Yeah, you're running Aquila on Bennett, which is perfectly fine. That is Bennett's best in slot weapon. That's what we like to see. Artifacts for Crimson Witch. I don't think that's his best in slot. I personally run him with 4 Noblesse. But if you're a Bennett main and you're focusing more on his damage rather than the buff of your team, then that's fine. Constellation 3, that's okay. Talents 7, 12, 10. Now 7 on the normal attack is a bit of an odd choice, I won't lie. I did see though that you claim to be a Bennett main, so if you're trying to build the most optimal Bennett, I guess you can go for a max talent on his normal attack. That's fine. And then you went 9, and then you crowned his burst, which is optimal, and you made a very good decision with your mats, unlike me, who was not done this yet, and I really should, because Bennett's burst is absolutely insane. Let's see these artifacts, though. So I'm interested to see what kind of artifacts you're running. I imagine you're probably running more of a DPS Bennett type build, like a sub DPS Bennett rather than a buff Bennett. I can already kind of tell because you're running 4 Crimson. Probably running crit rate, crit damage. Yep, a pretty damn good crit rate hat. 61 EM and 21 crit damage. It's pretty damn good. Actually, especially in this set, bro, you could use this on so many different characters. This is a very nice piece. For Bennett especially, though, don't know as much, but still a good piece nonetheless. Inset Pyro Cup with 24 crit damage. God damn, that's really nice, actually. That is a very nice piece. But this is definitely more of a damage-based Bennett, I can tell. Energy recharge, yep, perfectly fine. You want as much ER as possible on Bennett. And you kind of make up for not having attack percent Sands by having 21% attack as a sub on the Sands, which is pretty nuts. Even though it does have 2 flat HP rolls, which is a little unfortunate. This piece, I was gonna say it's okay, but nah, not even that, man. 51 flat defense, I mean, what are you doing? You must have a better than this, come on. I mean, 2 crit rate rolls, 1 HP roll, flat HP. I mean, not bad for Bennett, but 51 flat defense leaves something to be desired. And this piece is pretty damn nice. This is a really nice piece for Bennett. 21 crit damage, 10 energy recharge, 6 crit rate. Definitely nothing to laugh at there. This is a very, very solid piece and definitely a standout of the build. What was your crit split? It was 55, 116 with almost 200 recharge. I think Bennett needs a little more, somewhere in the range of 200 to 240, but still you're almost peaking at 200, which isn't bad at all. And because you prioritize crit stats a little more than you have energy recharge, I can't knock you too hard from that. You got a little bit of EM on him, which is nice for the new Subaru update. You have his best in slot weapon, and you have some pretty damn good talents. Overall, I say your Bennett is very nice. I really like what you're doing with your Bennett here. Some things I would optimize about him, though, is just trying to get a better feather, because this piece is pretty bad, I won't lie. Obviously, you can't control your artifacts and what happens with them, but that's just something I would try to do. This is a very interesting Bennett build, and one that I enjoy very much, though. So overall, I'm going to give your Bennett a solid 9 out of 10. Let's move on to the next build. Next up here, we have Zip, and they wanted me to review their Ayaka. Let's see here. Aya. 10, 10, 10 on the talents is the first thing I see here, and that is already starting you off with a damn good build. No constellations, that is perfectly fine. Not everybody has to be a whale. Aminoma Kaguchi, I believe that is her best in slot free-to-play weapon. A good choice, and you R5'd it, so respect for that. Not everybody R5's weapons. I don't think the refinements on this are that necessary. They're good, but I don't think they're necessary. However, if you're trying to have the most optimal Ayaka, I respect it. 2000 attack, which makes sense because you have Aminoma Kaguchi, which also has 55% attack as a substat on it. 42% crit rate, 242 crit damage. Normally this would be bad, but because you have Blizzard Strayer, this is actually really good. And 120 recharge is a little nice top up. Let's see these pieces here. So the flower has 7% crit rate, 19% crit damage. You have a lot of crit damage on your pieces. Oh my goodness. Every piece has almost over 20% crit damage. You have an average of 20% crit damage on every piece, which is pretty damn good, actually, considering the fact that you're running Blizzard Strayer. This is, like, pretty nuts, actually. 7% crit rate. You have crit rate. Oh my gosh, you have crit rate, crit damage on every single piece. That's really impressive. And then you have energy recharge on 2 pieces. Yeah, no, not bad at all. That's really nice, my friend. Obviously, I'd like to see energy recharge on more pieces here, but not bad. Not too many wasted stats. 16, 14. Yeah, no, not bad at all. This feather, pretty good. Not the best feather I've ever seen, but it still caps over Earth 30 crit value, so it's not bad. Same thing I'd say about this feather, not the greatest I've ever seen, but it still reaches like 36, 37 crit value, so it's not bad. And you got a little bit of attack percent on this piece and a little bit of energy recharge on this piece. So overall, they're pretty nice pieces. This attack percent stance is actually really nice. This almost reaches 40 crit value. This is a very nice attack stance. You can roll into flat attack or flat defense once, but the crit rolls were pretty low. So overall, it's a pretty good piece. However, this piece is pretty nuts. This piece right here is nutty. This is a 44 crit value Goblet, which is absolutely insane. Obviously 2 dead stats here, but it doesn't even matter when you have crit ratios like these. Yeah, no, this is really, really nice. And then as for the last piece, you have a crit damage circlet with a little bit of crit rate and HP, defense, and energy recharge. But the thing is, you rolled twice in energy recharge, once into crit rate. So overall, you mainly went for the good stats here. You didn't get 1 HP percent roll, but overall, it's still a pretty good piece considering the rest of your build. And you didn't even need that much more crit rate anyways, because you already have enough on your substats here, and you were running for a Blizzard. Overall, this is a very, very nice Ayaka. Definitely one of the better ones I've seen. I wouldn't say it's the best Ayaka I've ever seen. Obviously, I have my own Ayaka, which is pretty nuts. But, yeah, no, definitely a really solid Ayaka here. You're running her best in slot weapon, you have max talents, and you have some damn good artifacts. I'm going to give you a solid 9.5 out of 10. Obviously, there's always some more optimization you can do with artifacts, but overall, it's still a pretty damn good build. Let's move on to the next unit. Next up here, we have Daedalus, and they wanted me to review their cyno. Let's see here. Main DPS cyno. Level 90 already. That's pretty impressive considering this character just came out. 20k HP, though, is the first thing I noticed here. Maybe you're running HP-based cyno. New meta. Don't know. I guess we'll see here. What's your weapon? Staff of the Scarlet Sands, not a bad choice. Definitely his best in slot weapon. You're lucky to have this new 5-star weapon, as I still do not. Unlucky. Your artifacts, 2-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Thundering Fury. That is perfectly fine. Not his most optimal set, but definitely a good one nonetheless if you cannot find the substats to justify running the 4-piece. Okay. Oh, nice, man. That's real cool. Oh, that's a C6 cyno. Oh, but you're missing the R5 weapon, though, my friend. Oh, I'm kidding. Don't go for R5 weapons. Okay, so you're doing crazy damage regardless. Regardless of what these artifacts are, or what the talents are, it doesn't matter, because your Cyno C6, you're doing just an absolute nuts amount of damage. Ugh. Okay. 10, 10, 10 on the... Oh, my gosh. Perfect. 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 The most optimal Cyno we're seeing here today. Now, this is a true Cyno main. I think this is probably the best cyno we've ever seen, just in terms of weapons, talents, and constellation. Obviously, if you're Whale, you're going to out-rival the free-to-play. Not much you can do about that free-to-play, sorry. But it all comes down to the artifacts. Let's see what we're working with here. A pretty damn good piece. 21% crit damage, 6% crit rate. Damn good piece. 8% HP. What are you going to do? Another pretty good piece. Definitely not the best I've seen in the world, but 54 EM kind of increases the... usage of this feather just a little bit. It still only gets to, like, I don't know, 27% crit value, which isn't the greatest, but overall it's a decent piece. Elemental Mastery Sands, 35 flat defense, 9% HP, a pretty niche piece, but not a bad one nonetheless. And then electro damage bonus with some crit rate, crit damage. A pretty damn good electro damage bonus, if I'm being honest. Better than any on my whole account. You also have some attack percent there, which is pretty nice for Cyno. Overall, a really good piece. And then a crit damage hat with 90... Whoa! Huh? Hold up. Oh my gosh. Wait, what? 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 Daedalus, how? Who are you? How do you get a piece like this? I shouldn't talk so much, my throat hurts. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is 5 crit rate rolls. High ones too. Into a hat. Wait, what's your split? Oh, this may be the best cyno I've ever seen. This may be the best cyno on all of NA. This is truly a crazy build. This is... Oh... sorry, I'm still in shock by this piece. How do you get a piece like this? It's just not possible. This is a 40 crit value piece. Oh, you'll never get a better piece than this. The fact that you have a piece like this and then you have this feather is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, considering how niche this feather is. The fact that I can't give you a 10 out of 10 hurts because of just stuff like the little optimizations that you can make. But this is a damn near perfect build. Like, there's almost nothing you can improve by this. Like, you literally have the most optimal crit rate. You can have 0.7% more, I guess. And in terms of crit damage, obviously you can get more crit damage. You could always get more crit damage. But at this point on your artifacts, though, it's just like, this feather is actually pretty bad because crit rate isn't useful anymore. Like, all you really need is crit damage and EM, I guess. EM and crit damage. Maybe a little bit of attack percent too. But you just don't need crit rate anymore because you have this. And obviously, Staff of the Scarlet Sand helps a tremendous amount. But overall, this is a nuts cyno. Probably the best I've ever seen. And I think you'll continue to say the best for a long, long time to come with a absolute god piece like that circlet. All around, I'm going to have to say the cyno is probably the best unit we've seen on the series so far. And that's not just because this person is a whale. I'm going to give this cyno a solid 9.9 out of 10. Respect to you, my friend. Let's move on to the next unit. Next up, we have Joy, and they wanted me to review their Ganyu. Okay, let's see your Ganyu. Leveled 90 out of 90, which is pretty good. 2400 attack. That probably means you're running something like Ammo's Bow. I was correct. Ammo's Bow, R2. That's pretty nice. An R2 Ammo's Bow? That's pretty impressive. Let's see here. What are you running on your artifacts? 4-piece Wanderer's Troop. Not a bad choice at all. Ganyu's best in slot. C0. That is perfectly fine. And 856 on the talent. I won't lie, those are some pretty low talents for Ganyu. I would like to see the burst and the E just a little bit higher. Those aren't completely wasted. Obviously, you're only using Ganyu for her charge shot. You only need to prioritize her normal attack, but these are still very useful abilities, and I would recommend upgrading them. Let's see these artifacts, though. These are where it's really going to count. So you're running a Melt Ganyu based off these artifacts and the fact that you're running Ammo's Bow. So that means you are going to want to prioritize crit stats here. Let's see. Pretty good piece. You got some attack percent, a little bit of crit rate, crit damage. Not a bad piece at all. An overall, no, I was gonna say it's kind of niche, but it's really not. You got crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Unfortunately, you did roll twice into flat defense, which is unfortunate considering how good this piece is off the bat. But it's still a good piece nonetheless. What is up with people in good hats today? This is crazy. This is absolute. We're just seeing crazy circlets today. This is just circlet day on unit review today. This is insane. You don't just get 29 crit damage on a hat. That doesn't just happen. That is insane luck. I'll be honest, it's not as good as the last one we saw. It's still pretty damn good. Okay, let's see the off piece here. This must be a cryo piece. Oh, cryo damage bonus. This is actually on set for other units. I'm kind of surprised you're using this on Ganyu. It just have 24% crit damage though, which is pretty nice for Ganyu nonetheless. Like, it's still a really nice piece. Yeah, no, this is a very, very solid piece. And then the last thing here we're gonna check is going to be the sands. Ooh, baby, that is a nice piece. What is that? Wait, does that 12 times 2, 44, you get to like, yeah, 40, like almost 45 crit value. Yeah, no, that's a very, very nice piece. What's your Ganyu split then? This is gonna be a damn good split. Wait for this, guys. Yeah, that's a really good split. And you have to keep in mind, because of Ganyu's passive, she gets an extra 20 to 15% crit rate from it, which is pretty damn nice, which brings them up to like 75,202, which is very, very nice for a Ganyu. Overall, this is a very solid Ganyu build. Definitely one of the higher ones I've seen. This circlet is one of the best ones I've ever seen, besides the one I saw before, which I don't think anything will ever top that. But this is a very, very good Ganyu. I'd say overall, this Ganyu is at least a solid 9 out of 10. Let's move on to the next build. Okay, this is going to be our last build of the day, and they wanted me to show off their Kaiya. Let's see here. Kaiya. 2000 attack. Is this going to be a physical Kaiya we're seeing here today? Let's see. Damn straight it is an R2 Aquila Favonia. Very, very nice. That is what we like to see. Artifacts. 2-piece Bloodstained. You are missing. Oh, so you're missing 1 piece of Pale Flame. Obviously, I always suggest you prioritize substats over these set bonuses, so that is all right. Constellation 5. Oh, wow. A C5 Kaiya? Wait, that's actually kind of shocking. Damn, you must roll on the standard banner a lot then. Not many people have high constellation of the starting units, so that's kind of shocking. What are these talons? Triple Crown Kaiya. Now, this is a Kaiya simp if I've ever seen one in the flesh. Okay, now let's look at these pieces. Obviously, you are missing one set bonus, but that can still be redeemed if you have some really good substats here. Pretty good piece off the bat. Not the best, because you got 2 min crit rate rolls. If these were higher crit rate rolls, it'd be a pretty good piece. But it's still over 30 crit value, so it makes up for it. Yeah, a pretty solid piece with a little bit of attack percent. Not too bad. This is a really, really nice piece. That is 3 crit damage rolls, 1 crit rate roll. Didn't roll into attack percent at all, which is fine. But overall, this piece goes to almost 40 crit value, so that is a very, very nice piece. As for the hat, 11% crit rate, 4.5 energy recharge once in the flat defense. Pretty good piece. Honestly, nothing even impresses me anymore after seeing the circlet on the cyno. But yeah, this is still nuts. This is still nuts. Don't get me wrong. This is still a very, very good circlet. This is the off piece of the physical damage cup. You have 15% HP, which is, what are you going to do? 13% crit rate, times 2, 26% crit value, plus 6%. You get a solid 32% crit value just from that. A pretty damn good piece. And we have one last piece here. Now, this piece must be pretty good if you're dropping the 2-piece pale flame effect for it. So let's see here. And damn straight it was. Oh my goodness. That is a 40 crit value piece. So overall, you have over 30 crit value on almost every single piece here. Of course, besides this piece, but you can't because it's a mask unless you're absolutely insane like the whale we saw earlier. But, now this is a very, very good Kaiya. You have the optimal talents, you have the optimal weapon, you have some pretty optimal artifacts. Let's see the split. Wait, what? 52%? I thought it was higher than that. Wait, surely not. Well, no, I guess that makes sense, actually. No, you do have a lot more crit damage than you do crit rate. I actually didn't realize that when I was looking at these pieces. You are missing a bit of crit rate. But I guess if you are running Cryo Resonance with Kaiya, then it's actually not that bad. If you're on Cryo Resonance with him, it boosts this by like 10 to 15%. You got like an extra 15% on here. It brings you up to like 67, something like that. It's actually not terrible, but just this by itself is not the greatest thing ever. It's not bad though, don't get me wrong, it's not bad at all. 188, this is still really good for a physical DPS unit that doesn't scale with any crit value whatsoever and doesn't have a crit based weapon. Like, this is not bad at all. 135 energy recharge is really nice as a little touch there just to get his burst back up on cooldown every time you need it. All around, I'd definitely say this is one of the better Kaiyas I've seen in my time. I'm going to give your Kaiya a solid 8.9 out of 10. Definitely a very, very well constructed Kaiya. With that being said though, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoy this video and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing or leaving a like down below. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.